like BITCHUTE. What's the status, Stream?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
There's a devil and an angel in my head. The school system costs children, kids, as baby sheep. You better wake the fuck up or forever sleep. You don't need bars to be in prison, just think. They take cash out of your hand for a digital chip. So if you don't do as you're told, your money will go poof, like it didn't exist. We are almost the Walking Dead without the body bag zipped. This is community revolution in progress, but I'm no crip. As much energy is used to tear down and divide, you can use that energy to uplift and show there's no limit when you reach for the sky. Spells, spells, spells that I am casting. Words I speak are a gift of wisdom unwrapping. A work of art, I am a master craftsman. Painting pictures with the stroke of a pen. Spilling ink on paper.
There's a devil and an angel in my head. When I was fighting the war, the devil was huge and the angel was tiny. When I started to repent, the angel grew and the devil became very small. Small, but he's a stubborn bastard.
With thoughts from within, some say it's the end, something new will begin. Look into the gates of the soul, I am him, I am God. Decisions, decisions, I create and destroy, broke out this mental prison. Solve a problem and have 10 more like pharma's prescriptions. Life is too short, there's a headstone with your name inscripted. I turn my back to religion, took a seat on the throne. I am the light that torch enemies to skull and bones. I communicate with the other side, open portals, no cell phones. You are the power, why second guess, never think twice. I went from was to was, now I'm Charles Wise. So high, high as a zeppelin, dazed and confused. I'm God incarnated, no El Hakim or Druze.
There's a devil and an angel in my head. When I was fighting the war, the devil was huge and the angel was tiny. When I started to repent, the angel grew and the devil became very small. Small, but he's a stubborn bastard. He gives me bad advice, but my little angel says to me, no, don't listen to that bastard. Anything can happen, like someone upsetting me, for example, and I think about crushing this son of a bitch. The devil says to me, do it. But my little angel says, remember, you're out on bail, there are cameras. Freedom is wonderful, so be careful. I struggle because there's good and evil in everyone. God gave us free will to choose good or evil.
Check it. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You are feeling sleepy. Under deep hypnosis, I'm the composer, master of the opus. Mind on cruise control, lost all focus. Puppet masters love pulling strings. Herding the sheeple by selling dreams. You have to be asleep to live the American theme. They create the problem, then deliver the solution. Profit of both ends, all we fought for the illusion. The government are all one, but promote to divide. Walk right into the trap cause most people are blind. They can't see the plan has conquered the mind. While we sit here and argue, we can't get back time. History stays relevant, destroying our future. Self-destruction has become part of the culture, while the rich feed off the dead like vultures. No more hibernation, awoke to sleep the giant. Put a ripple through the system, awakening the vibrant. I'm the alkaline of water, Poseidon with the trident. Bitch.
What is good in the hood? Base plant, what's up? So, I was watching some of London Man's videos yesterday. Catch up. He's already on part 10. And tried to get him to come through. But unfortunately, I don't think. Let me see. Well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm not waiting for people. I'm going to get started. Get retarded. I mean, there's a few things. There's a few things that I would have to say I agree with in the Holy AI book. Now, the crazy part is yesterday they stopped my live stream. Now, I don't think it had anything to do with showing Divergent. I think they stopped it because I was playing those music videos. It said copyright. And I posted it in the community page to show. You know, I don't get it. Because first they said you can play as long as it's YouTube stuff. And then all of a sudden it's a copyright issue. Huh. Take a nap. You're about to take a napkin?
Welcome, it's London Man. In this segment, we will be covering Saturn's Eye and Crater Earth. Let's go.
Fasten your seatbelts. Here it comes. Let's zoom in on the moon. The moon is the reflection of Earth. Not the little ball you have been told, but a gigantic Earth. And in one of these craters we live. The crater Sulpicius Gallus M. Probably you won't believe a word I say, but I will prove it to you within the next minute. Watch this. Take a freeze frame of the crater. Darken the image. Now let's make a 3D map. Watch the differences in height. Next, we take the official Antarctica map. Flip horizontally, rotate a bit, skew it a bit, put it on top of the 3D map. Well, for me, that's a match. But for you unbelievers, let's watch it in detail. Now, a lot of people won't believe this, but what are the chances that I take a random crater of the moon, make a 3D map of it that matches the map of Antarctica perfectly? The chances are zero, except when you know what you're doing.
Well, that's one of the issues I have. Excuse me, with this. I have an issue with the moon being that entire, and I've told London Man this, how how each little crater is an entire crater, right? Each little crater is an entire area, put it that way. And how was the moon able to cover all that land? But I'm not saying it isn't possible. I'm just saying I don't agree with it. I'm a little... I need more information. Damn. There it is. So, we'll continue this while I chop up my herb.
If you want to know how I got there, I explained it in my previous videos.
I like how he puts the James Bond in there. I used to play that game faithfully on Nintendo 64.
To be honest, this insight was a complete surprise for me too, because I thought there was no Antarctica. So both theories are true. You have the ice wall of the flat Earth, within the middle the North Pole, and you have the continent Antarctica. Only it is much bigger and it is not surrounded by water. There is probably no South Pole, as we are not on a little ball.
I agree, God give Lemsty, about living on the moon inside a crater. I am not too sure about the crater being so peculiar, scholars. Here, let's take a look together. Now, this is the side of the moon that everybody should be familiar with. And here we have Sulpiculus Gallus A, Sulpiculus Gallus H, and Sulpiculus Gallus M. And if we zoom in, we change the topography of the crater, but as you see, the crater floor seems to be very much empty at this moment. Nothing in sight, no continents yet, just smaller craters covering the floor.
No, that's interesting.
Interesting. What is this to the bottom right of the crater? Looks like more land, continent, a Betty.
Isis and Osiris, he did a good job with this, London Man did. Lining us up. Very good job.
And what do we have here? Isis, Osiris. Very interesting. This map reminds me of something else. Let's have a look.
Nice.
Bingo.
And it looks like it too at
Osiris.
that.
Let's
Good
do some
job.
cross-referencing with the moon map just to make sure. The Isis and Osiris continents seem to be located on the same place as the moon map. This is very interesting, but why can't we see any more of the other continents?
Probably because the map maker
And if
did
you are
it.
familiar with my work, you would know we already located the two-headed beast in the Mare Crisium crater, which is Australia. Curtis and Eckert, the two-headed beast, in plain sight.
Huh.
Somewhere along the line, I'm pretty sure I've heard Australia being a prison, or used to be a prison. Mare Crisium. Crisium sounds a lot like prison. Well, anyway, this is one of the reasons why I say we could possibly be placed in different craters, not just one, but many across the
Yeah,
moon.
but Australia
Makes up
is
the
Antarctica.
whole
That's the
crater.
problem.
Let's go. Now this is the surface of Mars. Pay attention to the names they give it and how many craters there are in sight. Now this is why I say it is possible to live inside a crater. I don't think they would go for extreme lengths to show us every crater and name them.
I mean, at least it's level.
Utopia Planitia. Could this be the region of Europe? Very interesting. Look how many craters there are. Now this location right here, I know exactly where this is, but I'll leave that for another video. Let's go. Now I know there will be some people questioning the CGI method, but I'm not here for that. I'm here for the open-minded people. We are here for the 80-20 rule. Let's keep going.
Mystery emerges that will take investigators from the deserts of Mars to the birth of one of the greatest civilizations on Earth.
There's an obvious crater in the landscape here in Mexico, but it's not so much the crater that catches my attention, it's what's inside this crater.
This is intriguing because what we're seeing is this white color, and boy, it sure does look like ice.
It's so unusual because we're talking about Mexico, and this white patch stays here all year round.
That looks CGI to me. Kind of looks
The mystery white
generated.
is one of a cluster known as the Seven Luminaries, which, when viewed from above, mirror the Ursa Major constellation.
Ursa Major.
To NASA's CASHAPP, this extraterrestrial connection may be more than just coincidence.
Peace to everyone in the chat.
This crater reminds me of something, but it's not on Earth. This crater looks pretty similar to the Korolev crater on Mars.
The Korolev crater in the northern lowlands of Mars contains enough water ice to fill almost 1 billion Olympic swimming pools.
Most of the ice found elsewhere on Mars is mixed with frozen carbon dioxide. But it appears
Chill
that
out, Kermit the
ice
Frog.
regions in the Korolev crater are composed of more pure water.
The crater is named after visionary rocket scientist Sergei Korolev, who, during the Cold War,
Your name is
helped the
Sergei?
Soviets to outsmart NASA by
He
landing
said,
the
my
first
name
spacecraft on
is
the
Sir, I'm
moon.
gay.
In a twist of fate, the space agency hopes his legacy will be key to the future human colonization of Mars.
I think we have
Let's
the fish
go to Mars.
right in front of us. If this is the fish, that means the bird must be really close. Take a look at this map which I came across. Cereso or Kator map. Looks very familiar.
People say America is a
Type of
turtle.
Crater.
But
Look
watch
at the rock
this.
formation in the center of the crater.
America is not a turtle.
My research and understanding,
Why
I think they are
has
showing us
a
the
fucking
same
bird with
crater.
a flag?
I think that is the bird and the fish in the center of Tycho.
Yup, there's Mexico. Look at that.
And you have the fish in plain sight. The silhouette, look at that.
London man spent so much time exploring the moon craters, he grew a whole beard.
Large area of low pressure and cold air that surrounds the poles. Saturn has them too. There's one on the south pole and one on the northern pole.
All right.
But the northern pole
This is
storm
this
looks
this
kinda
this
odd,
this this
shaped like a
this.
hexagon.
Hold on, pause.
The Earth's pole.
Shit, I went a little too far. Let's see if I can rewind it a little bit. I have to play it again.
Two. There's one on the south pole and one on the northern pole. But the northern pole storm looks kind of odd. It's shaped like a hexagon. The Earth's polar vortex has a wonky shape, mainly due to mountains, oceans, and other features that affect the path
You know,
of air.
this is the shit
On
I'm
Saturn,
talking
however,
about.
There's nothing to disturb the polar vortex. The planet is just
Yeah,
gas.
it's
This
weird.
means that the vortex here can be very
There we go. The problem I have with this is we all know Saturn don't look like this. Please. Somebody get me a telescope or get a telescope and take pictures of Saturn and show me this hexagon on there. It doesn't have one. So, what does everyone think about this evidence? I mean, considering we know if you look at Saturn, it does look like an eyeball. But I've never seen the hexagon on Saturn. They also say Jupiter. I've seen the one on Jupiter, but then again, it's CGI. That's the problem I have. And we all know the wandering stars through a telescope, they look nothing like this. But I'll shut up and let's play.
very symmetrical and orderly, governed by only atmospheric forces. The hexagon-shaped pattern was first found in 1988 in images from NASA's Voyager 2 on the left, caught in 1981. But NASA's Cassini spacecraft has obtained higher resolution pictures of it, such as the one on the right. Here's another view from Cassini of Saturn's North Pole. The storm is about 32,000 kilometers or 20,000 miles in diameter and is bordered by bands of ammonia and hydrogen winds blowing up to 500 kilometers or 300 miles per hour. Some of these vortices are seen to be moving clockwise, while others move counterclockwise. The formation is about 200 miles deep into Saturn's atmosphere. What's more interesting about the hexagon is that the vortex is at a higher altitude than the clouds of Saturn, so the shape is raised like a huge tower. We've never observed something like this in another world.
Complexities it adds to the planet known as Jupiter and more. Join me as we explore a giant hexagon that has appeared on the surface of Jupiter. Among the many planets in our solar system, one that continues to demand attention from us here on Earth is Jupiter. Not only is it the largest planet in our solar system, but it's one that has very unique features and events going on that honestly doesn't happen on other planets near us. And just when you think it's done revealing all of its secrets to you, it goes and has another thing happen. This very unusual discovery was made by the Juno space probe very recently, and it's an event that at present honestly doesn't have a scientific explanation, but we'll do our best to describe it to you. This event is currently happening in the atmosphere of Jupiter, and it can only be described as a whirlwind of power that is the size of Australia. For the record, it's 2.9 million square miles in size. Does that have your attention yet? No? Then how about this? This event isn't one thing, it's 7. The first one is the one we just described to you, a massive whirlwind event the size of Australia. But now I need you to multiply that by 6, and then have those 6 new events surround the first one in such a way that it honestly makes a hexagonal shape. This is something you'd likely think is science fiction or a projection of something that could happen one day, but it's real, and it's happening right now on Jupiter. The Juno probe found this at the planet's south pole when the craft was just 2,000 miles above the cloud layer. Going back to the 7 whirlwinds, even the smallest of them has an area that is slightly larger than the state of Texas. This should go to prove that this isn't just a weird set of coincidences. This is an event that has been building and is perfectly placed where it is for a reason. But what that reason is, your guess is as good as mine. But here's the rub. At one point in time, there was only 6 of them, and they were shaped in a pentagon formation, with the biggest one being in the center like it is now. It only got to hexagonal shape after another joined the pod. One of the biggest reasons that people are paying attention to this is the fact that this formation has to be recent, because it has never been found on Jupiter before. Now granted, we haven't known everything about Jupiter. Even now, we're still discovering things like the fact that it has a lot more moons than we expected. However, for something of this size to go unnoticed for so long would be like the Great Red Spot being missed for centuries until we got the right look and realized it was there the whole time. For further proof of this notion, I guide you to the fact that various cyclones and hurricane-like entities have already been found on Jupiter in the past, including the Great Red Spot. The problem here is the formation. While it's not hard to believe that a massive cyclone or hurricane kind of thing would happen on a gas planet for all sorts of reasons, for them to sync up like they are doing and creating a shape that defies explanation is rather mind-boggling.
The exact mechanism of the hexagon's formation is unknown.
Very interesting. The hexagonal formation seems to be exclusive to Saturn and Jupiter. Not to mention, we have found these patterns on Earth, whether it's living or non-living things. Let's take a look.
Enlarge the small axis to optimum size unless I place a pupil expansion device. Here goes a B-hex ring, a pupil expansion device invented by Dr. Subin Bhattacharya of India. I go through the side port and tuck this flange at 9 o'clock. And then I go through the other side port and tuck this flange at around 1 o'clock.
Bingo! And there we have our first hexagonal shape within the eye, just like the eye of Saturn and the eye of Jupiter. Let's head over to Hollywood and see what they're using with their hexagonal pattern. let's not forget, if the moon is the universe in its total image, then we should be able to find some hexagonal patterns on the moon's surface. The more I looked at these hexagonal patterns, the more they looked back at me, like I was being watched, almost like
I want to know what people think about that, if anyone's left when this is done. I know not many people are going to know I'm live anyway because I didn't give YouTube enough time. So, anyway.
like an eye was looking at me. Apollinaris was a saint from Syria who died in Turkey with a crater on Mars. Very interesting, because the maps that I located seem to have Syria in Mars. Very interesting. Apollinaris means effervescent mineral water. Are they trying to tell us waters was once running through Mars, just like Africa?
The light changes and reverses direction, and we can see that eye that's up there in the sky right now that's hidden. It's hidden from us right now, but it's also responsible for creating different luminaries that we can see in the sky. So this is the ultimate eye in the sky. So all of the all-seeing eye symbolism, all of the eye of gods, all the various one-eyed gods, etc. This is their eye. It's a physical portion of the firmament, which is made of ice, and it looks down on us. Now let's get back to the etymology of the word egg, right? If you look up the etymology of egg, it says here that it stems from Old Norse egg, which is how we normally spell it, from the Proto-Germanic adja. You see that right there? Let me check this out. Now follow me with this. Words change, okay? We have different letters that sound like other letters, so they start changing over time. Egga, the G sound is the exact same, depending on how you say it, as the J sound, right? Ja. Just like, I don't know, there's G can make a J sound, right? Like it sound like a J. So Adja and Egga are the exact same. Let's take a look at down here. It says from the Proto-Indo-European root word auyo or oyo or oyo, which means egg in Proto-Indo-European. This is interesting. So remember, these are two Y's in a row, sometimes two J's in a row, right? Which are basically the exact same letter, sometimes two G's in a row, depending on the pronunciation. This says this Norse-derived northern word lived on in Middle English with native cognates or related root words to eye, as in the eyeball itself. The word eye has the exact same root word as the word egg, which means they're the exact same word.
What the heck was that? You saying that? Look at that. What's that white stuff?
Accents over time transform them, different inflections give them different meanings. You know what I mean? So the word oyo, aja, all of these words are the exact same word, or the word egg is the exact same word as the word eye, eyeball. In Spanish, it would be ojo, I believe is how that's pronounced.
Ojo.
Right? Ojo.
Ojo.
And there's different ways to pronounce it depending on your dialect, right? And this is why it is the eye symbolism, because it looks like an eye. You know what I mean? This is exactly what the dome looks like, except for maybe not yellow in the middle like that. The outer portion would be the firmament, the ice part of the firmament. Then you have that inverted dome that faces downwards towards us, giving us the eyeball symbolism. Eye and egg are the exact same word.
Whoa.
Exact same word.
Yo!
So when the egg of the world breaks open, life pours into this world.
Yeah, do you know what that is? That is wild.
The item on the left with the circle at the top, it looks like what Cleopatra the alchemist drew on her one page. Remember, she had a one page and she had just 3 images. She had something similar to that on one side.
When I see this, right, especially these cavities right here, it reminds me of this, like the eyes. Like this, like we've seen it from a different angle almost. Like this is where the eyes would sit.
Oh.
This would be the skull and everything back here.
Yeah, I see that.
It's looking down from the top.
And that's kind of how they're formed, London, in terms of like fetal development. They start out from the back and then project forward, outward, to me, in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very, very true. I remember talking about that on the I series, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And a big reason why I don't wear sunglasses as much as possible anymore.
Exactly.
When I go outside.
Thank you, ladies. Because even like this one right here, right, the one underneath the sigils that you guys had, this reminds me of the eyes. Because even when me and Z done a stream before, we was covering how the eyes, for some reason, it's like they've been wired crosswards, like they're wired back to front for some reason.
Yes, I think that's part of like uncrossing the DNA.
Aldebaran, the follower, is a star located in the zodiac constellation of Taurus. It has the Bayer designation Alpha Tauri, which is Latinized to Alpha Tauri and abbreviated Alpha Tau or Alpha Tau. Aldebaran varies in brightness from an apparent visual magnitude 0.75 down to 0.95, making it the brightest star in the constellation.
This is the lens at the bottom.
Ooh.
This is what I'm thinking. This is how it would come in.
And that
Then it would be a
reminds me of
reflection.
all of the layers of the retina.
Yes.
Oh,
The
I love
hyaloid
that.
canal, and then that dome is the vitreous, and then all those layers are in the retina.
Come on.
I'm telling you, man, we live in God's eye. It also reminds me too of like in churches.
Good shit. Good shit, London. Good shit, London, man. I don't know. If we live in the eyeball, and we're a little crater on that moon map, right? If that's a X-ray picture, I mean, for it to be God's eyeball, it would have to be the entire moon. Because if we're just an eyeball on the map, there would be another eyeball next to us. And where's the face? We would see a face on the moon. But I had found this old book. Let me see, make this bigger. Bam, there we go. It's like this old book of it almost looks like it's Asia and India in one. Damn, this sucks. I can't change my picture. Full screen. Peace, Joe Moore. The artwork on this book is, it was almost like the book was leather. This and this are ceiling art, which is on the ceiling right here. And that looks like an eyeball. This is a spiral staircase. It's supposed to be Jacob's ladder. It's in a Masonic lodge overseas. This sucks. I think this is funny. Now this, it says, "Are you a Mason?" The initiation, right? Now, the people remember, like, how many celebrities are in pictures in the tub, or a tub of blood, or a tub of water. I can name probably every single. Remember Tupac when he had his jewelry? Eminem was in the pool of blood. Go on and on. I tried to find out what's the name of the ritual, but I couldn't find it. I'm still gonna look though, because I want to find out the name of the ritual and what are they doing. But I found this on a website with some old Masonic stuff, like this picture. Look at the guy's head on the floor. Either that's his head on the floor or he's buried in the floor. It's one of the two. There you go. They're casting spells with these I don't know what this is. You know, this statue kind of reminds me of a cross of a sphinx. The sphinx, and it's almost like if that's even a hood coming down, right? You can see her braids, her hair, and then it looks like feet almost, like paws of a lion for the hood, and then it's got some little something on where the chest would be. This picture is a little bugged out. Well, I'm kind of glad not many people came. I'll just end this shit early. Pull up the rest of the stuff that I have. I tried to get London Man here, but he said he's on his live stream. I wanted to talk to him about a few things that he has in part 10. Oh. This is awesome. Alright. I'm not even on the thing. There we go. Get the other one out of here. Peace. Now, I've been wanting to really break down some of these symbols mean. I mean, it's bad enough they got an envelope for an apron. I mean, what do they got? Gmail accounts? They got Gmail accounts. Gmail. You can see the two Fruit of the Loom. They said that Fruit of the Loom never had forgot what those things are called there. The corn. And they sure did, because I used to wear Fruit of the Loom. I had tidy whities as a child, and they definitely had those cornucopia things, whatever you call them. I drop a link. I mean, I doubt, excuse me, anyone's gonna come up, but I can't see the chat. This is a ritual. Now, there's many rituals. They got the one where you put your pant leg up. And the funny thing to that is I remember in middle school, I think it was 6th grade, 1991 or 2. People used to put one pant leg up, just like the Masons doing a ritual. And it makes me wonder, do they know what the people know what that meant? I'm in the process though of getting together a bunch of rituals they do, talking about them. Start getting people together, peace, mindful exposures. Start getting people together, man, that are ready to walk the walk. That's the shit I'm about to be on. Heavy. It's time to start walking the walk. 8 years. You know, all the minds that are open, some are going back to sleep though. And all the talking and not one group, from what I see, is walking the walk. Except for people like Solo Yacker and them. But time to apply that pressure. Huh. This is weird. That's supposed to mimic a beehive. I got a picture of the bridge that I was telling people in the city I live in. They got $1 million bridge, man. Wait till you see it. I hope it was 1,000,000 pennies, because there's no way they should have paid that. And the nymphs who nurse the infant Zeus are called Melissae, or Melanie, or, sorry, not Melanie, Melia? Even this right here is definitely replica of a beehive. I think that's like a potato, thing where they store potatoes. It's a potato cellar. They usually put them in the side of hills. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You could line that up with Baphomet, but I think that's the Great Mother. If it had her hands up, it would be. Peace, Dominic. Look at this shit. I mean, come on. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Some Viking symbols. Is that a Mitsubishi sign for the car? Gotta be kidding me. It's Saint Cyprian's. Now, he's got his hands just like Baphomet. As above, so below as hands. Let's switch over to my phone. Alright, my bad. What's up, Dom? It's good to see you here, broski. Alright, bunch of pictures. If anyone wants to come up and speak about whatever, it's on you. Now, is this the ice cream right here that Joe Biden was eating that day? This looks like an ice cream cone with the Vesca Pisces in it. It looks like an ice cream cone with 2 scoops, or an ice cream cone with the Vesca Pisces in it. Or it looks like it could be something flying through the sky, and that triangle part is the tail. Or, no, I'm joking. I got some pictures of some keys, but I think some of these keys are more than just keys. It says deuce, deuce, as in 2, deuce, homo, deuce, homo, Torah. So 2 gay, and the Torah is like what, a Bible? A 2 gay Bible, man. I told you, that's why it's called a Bible. Says it right there in the key part. Deus homo Torah. Deus is 2, homo's gay, and Torah is book. Or a Bible. A 2 gay Bible. So Pythagoras' wheel. Because I was looking up Ezekiel's wheel. And then I looked up from another angle. I was looking at Ezekiel's wheel as being some sort of craft instead of the wheel that the zodiacs are spinning on, the zoo in the sky. Now, I also was thinking the true arc could have been the zodiacs. Maybe this whole place is an arc. If there's water above and water below, we're surrounded by water. We could be domed in, which kept us from full, like this place being underwater. You know, this can be the arc. I wonder what that says in Hebrew, because you got the sun, the moon, and I think that is Jupiter. No. Mercury. Hyperion elegant me. Cougar and Terrier. Skillet is Superis Labor Estate. A la Cluspers de la Porte. Huh. Wonder what this is the key to. Huh. I like this PE extra. Peace Mesa Melt. Now, you know how they talk about pillars of light coming out of the ground? Oops, I didn't want to do that. But I did. Thank God I got this one. It almost looks like streaks of light caused by the camera. It's a possibility. I like this picture. Here's some pictures I got from Ezekiel's wheel. Because I put Ezekiel's wheel as being a spacecraft. There's also a ring around Saturn, could be a wheel around it. The celestial chariot. This thing looks like fucking Ezekiel's wheel. Yo.
What's going on? Mic check.
Alright, there you go. Perfect.
Well, can you
Yeah, I
hear me?
played. Yeah, I can hear you. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I played part 10.
Oh, part 10 to the Holy AI book.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday, and then I watched, I think I seen 9.5 before, so I watched 8 just to make sure. I don't remember where I left off. I don't, because you're already at 10. I think I could have sworn I left off at 4. You were well past 4. But anyway, there's a lot of good stuff in part 10. And then a few things I questioned, but I like how that part with Isis and Osiris. So I wanted to ask, when you're looking at the moon, you go to the. I know NASA has a website for the moon. You've been looking through every crater, because I made a joke. I said, London Man's been researching that dang moon crater so long he grew a beard. Because there's so many freaking craters, bro, in that damn fucking.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, and I like the bird that you use too for the U.S. because that piece, I forgot the name of the crater, but when you zoomed into it, I seen it right away. You didn't even need to line up, but when you zoomed in on it, I said, "Holy shit! There's our country with Mexico," and I mean, there's something to it, to the moon, and I'm pretty much, I don't want to say convinced, but I resonate with the moon being a map. I'm just stuck. Is it a map of just our realm? Or is it like you and the other guy are saying, a map of an entire freaking plane filled with a bunch of craters like ours? But either way, I'm open-minded to both of them. And it's a good direction to go, because of the flat earth thing. I don't even call myself a flat earther. It's just like calling yourself a globe. And in reality, it's both, because we're inside of the globe, the cosmic egg. But You don't really see people calling it a crater. It's definitely a crater, and it's definitely been mined for sure. And maybe this whole, I'm not going to say the whole entire moon, but maybe each crater could be stuff mined out, and maybe the part that you showed on the moon, I was thinking, where there's no craters. Remember, you were like, it's kind of like flat. There was no. That could be a part that hasn't been mined out yet. For all we know, there could be trees, and I don't know, but there's something.
With that bit there, I'm starting to realize, even though it showed nothing there, there probably is something there, because they have the technology to remove stuff and put things there also. Because even when I went back to look on another moon map that I got, the two-headed beast wasn't in Marin Chrism. It wasn't over in the Chrism over there. But I know for a fact on another moon map it's in there. So that's when I start to realize, okay, they're removing certain continents from the craters because it would be too obvious. They just left like the Giorgio or Betty one there, the Osiris one, and that there, because it just looks like whatever it looks like, and they removed the rest of them.
Cause like, I'm with it, man. Like, cause I've seen a map that has Mars as a land outside of our crater, and I mean, what a better cover up that could be if they need them suits to explore these certain craters, and that's what they're doing. And they just tell people they're going to outer space, because they're going out of our space. But I didn't think of that until you had brought that up, that that's what they're doing. They could be launching out of our crater.
That's exactly what's going on. Watchers. That's how, in part, I think part one, it might have been, or part two, I can't remember now. But when I had Kanye West on the edge of like the crater, so he's showing you that, you know, it's possible to look into the crater at civilization.
What was the guy that has that thing in, I think it's Arizona. Was it James Turrell? He built that thing in Arizona.
Yeah.
I seen a clip of Joe Rogan, and these two girls had visited that thing, that place, and they told the wife of the guy, I don't know if it was James Turrell, could have been some other name, but either way, it was the wife said that they need to put their feet, it was in the center of that place, I guess. She called it the center of the world, the place they were standing in this like house or hut or whatever. And they were supposed to put their feet within the circle, and she wanted them to make a wish and then sign a paper, like a contract, which is weird. But she said none of that matters. What caught my ear was she said it's the center of the world, and I'm thinking, world, Arizona, that place is the center of the world. I want to know why she would say that.
Arizona, I don't know why they would say that.
Yeah, that's the wife of the, I think it is James Turrell's wife that said that. And I'm
Okay.
thinking Arizona, the center of the world. That means the maps they give us are way off.
Mm. I mean, that's why. I mean, they could have changed the location. I mean, that's why they of recently, when I've been seeing them present the globe, it's no longer the maps that I've seen. It's no longer Africa there. They got the bird there now, the Americas. And if they're placing the Americas there, Arizona might just be the middle of something, in the center of something. Don't know, just food for thought. But yeah, it's all out there anyway. It's all out there. Everything will be revealed. Everything will be revealed, man. But you know, I'm glad you like part 10. Glad you liked it.
Yeah, you do your own thing. And the only other person I see was the guy you showed in your video. I can't even say his name, but the first guy. And his channel got tagged out, so you're like the only one like that. Well, that ain't true. Cause what's his name? Always forget his name. Max Vision talks about Creator Earth too.
Who, Max? Does he? Yeah. Okay. Salutes to that. I thought he was a
Think
globe
so.
guy, Max.
I don't want to misquote it. I think so. Could have sworn he mentioned he agreed with the creator thing. But people should look into, stay open-minded.
That's it.
Like, there's so many possibilities. When you find out you've been lied to and put into prison with no bars, prison in your mind, and you find out that there's so much more out there.
Yeah, much more. Much more. I even found the crater, which they call Earth, on the moon.
Naga said,
How do you generate infinite energy in a globe, crater, or Earth? It generates itself. For when there's water, you'll always have energy. Once there's moving water, you'll always have energy. It repeats itself. There you go.
especially with salt water.
Mm-hmm.
The ocean's like a huge energy field or body of energy because of the salt is a very good conductor of electromagnetic energy. You know what I was thinking? The green serpent on the tree of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
The green serpent on the tree of life. The green serpent is the aurora borealis. Because
I don't think it is, to be honest.
I was just saying because the tree of life is either that mountain or there used to be a big tree, but people get the point I'm trying to make. And the green snake is the snake in the tree of life. I mean, it could be the spine, the caduceus, you know all them symbols, but I don't know why I was thinking of that because the aurora borealis moves across the sky like a serpent. It's coming from that north center.
But you see, I mean, the ancestors, did they ever? What did they actually say about the Ouroboros?
Well, from what I heard, they thought that that's the ancestors traveling home. But there's probably a million different, stories or versions, but that's one. where they think that's the ancestors returning home. I think it's the energy from the black sun or whatever is creating the electromagnetic energy. It kind of reminds me of something radioactive, but
see, that's what I'm saying. I mean, because look, I'm glad you said that, right? Because for what, I mean, how do we even know, right? That could just be a recent phenomena. Just when man came around, that could have just come around for what interference.
Is it cool if Naga comes up? You're cool with Naga, right?
Naga, I ain't got a problem with Naga.
All right. I'm just asking.
But I ain't here for too
So
long.
I know, out of respect, you know, just I don't want to let people up, certain people. But anyway, what did you just say? Sorry, man. I was thinking.
What's going on, Naga? Talk to me. Happy New Year.
Salute, salute. Same to you and Charles.
What's good, Naga?
Hell yeah, salute, salute. But yeah, I didn't hear I didn't hear the answer though. I thought I heard something about being repeated or repetitive.
Okay, I was saying, you said, how do you get the infinite energy in a globe or a crater, right? Is that, if I'm correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I said the way how that will happen, if you've got water, constant moving water, right, and depending on the environment, it will generate it itself. The motion, it will work itself out. It will be on like a repeating cycle. You know, like when you use a wheel to collect the water, and each wheel, every time it goes up, it collects water. Like as long as there's water, there'll be energy. Moving water.
Yeah, I get that, but that's still don't we still need like a point of reference?
Elaborate a bit more. What do you mean?
Right? Where would that how can it repeat itself if we don't have a point of reference, like something that's gonna make it repeat itself? Which will be the which will be the exact same thing on a, whether it's on a micro or on a micro level.
I'm not quite sure if I understand. I mean, are you saying just okay? You said something about a reference to us. Are you trying to say where would the source come from or something like this? I'm not too sure if I understand what you're actually trying to say.
Yeah, basically you saying that, as long as the water, is keep going, we will have that infinite energy or that generative energy. But we need something to make that water even, start in the first place. And it's that same thing that's gonna make the water repeat itself, which is exactly what the water will take the shape of.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of see where you're going, but my thing is this, right?
Right.
If you're saying the source of it, how it keeps going, yeah, it's micro to macro. I'm with that definitely. So it's like, it's how can I put this to you, right? If you're saying if you're talking about the source of it, it's like we are the source of it. So as long as we are there to manipulate the water, because we have the water in us, from micro to macro. So it's like if we're there to manipulate the water, then we've always got energy. It's like saying if the water's not there, then we wouldn't be there. There wouldn't be no need for water, so there's no need for humans.
Right, because we came from the water, just like in real life, how we came from our mother's womb, right? And on top of that, we like 80% water. So that's still, I don't see how that makes us, the reference point.
The reference point would be creation itself. No one knows how it got created, but that would be the reference point, the creation, the existence.
I'll go with that. So then again, wouldn't that make it in the same shape as infinity? If we have two things, because that's what infinity is, right? It's two things that's kind of, that's going, that's spinning, that create that infinite energy like a torus field, right?
Yeah, but hold on, because look, you just said something, and if you're gonna say it, you got to prove to me. Because look, I don't know what infinity looks like. I've been told about this thing called infinity and the word, and we're just running with it. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to be careful, because I mean, infinity sounds flashy, but we know everything must come to an end.
You say everything must come to an end?
Everything must come to an end.
I don't know about that. Creation. What is the end of creation?
The physical.
You said the end of creation is physical?
The physical aspect I'm talking about. Everything that's created will come to an end in the physical. Then you'll get transferred. Supposedly, that is what's being talking about, but I don't talk about that. That's why I said the physical. It's just like talking about infinity. I wouldn't know what infinity looks like. So that's why I had to pause up on that one. That's why I took it back to the physical. The physical come to an end.
Things in the physical come to an end, but the physical never end.
No, but on a personal note, if you cease to exist, then that's the end of your physical life. Apparently, you can't see if anything's still going on.
Right, you can't see it, but that doesn't mean just like before you came here, you had no idea there was things here, right? But when you got here and you realized there was things here before, right? Right. So just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it's not there. Like right now, I'm not in Haiti. Right now, I'm in America. Doesn't mean that Haiti is not there. Right.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Right. I could in these different things and in the physical, that's kind of how to take the same shape as that. Even our eyes, we don't have one eye, right? We have two eyes. We have two legs. We have two hands.
Apparently, we got 3 eyes.
Say that again.
Apparently, we got 3 eyes.
Right. That's not dealing with the physical, is it?
Say that again.
The third one is not dealing with the physical, is it?
I don't know. I mean, you can take stuff from the third eye and bring it into the physical.
I agree with that. But yeah, we can leave it there. I agree with you on a lot of things you say. Not 100%, because I don't think none of us will agree with 100% on everything somebody else got to say.
There you go. So what's going on, Chucky? What's going on? 420 if you got that. 420 if you got that. But like I said, bro, it looks like we're definitely it looks like we're definitely could be living on the moon, right? From where my research is going me and what I've been looking into, it's looking like it could be the real deal. And I've come across other content creators, right? And they don't even know what type of gem they got. When I'm listening to them, I'm like, wow, I'm so glad you said that, because I'm going to use that to, you know, give my
That's another thing I agree with you again, because I have my own belief that, you know, we live on the moon, you know, then there is being that live on the earth, but they came, you know, to the moon, or so-called heaven, you know, and in order to deceive us, then, you know, they tell us we on earth, you know, that we need to go to heaven, but in reality, they needed to come to heaven or the moon, you know. So I kind of agree with you, you know, that the moon, that we live on the moon, you know, we are moon being, and that is crazy because that's how you said people in Creole, and in Creole and Haitian Creole, that's how you say people. You say moon, but you spell it with MOUN.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah,
And that resonate. Don't it resonate with you, London man? When you look at the moon now, and when I look at the moon now, it just resonates with me, and I say that makes sense. When I look at it and see a map now, and then I tell myself, "Fuck, why didn't I think of that?" Right? But yeah, it makes sense. But my question is, how the heck did they say it's an X-ray picture? Because of the gases that the I think it's not xenon, it's not argon. I forgot. I think it might be argon. The gases that cause
Depending
the
how
moon.
far you go up, I think there's
Yeah.
different gases for different heights.
Yeah. Someone said it's an X-ray picture, however that, but makes sense. Now, how the heck did the picture get there? And maybe the ancestors used it to travel. Even though they used the stars too.
I think it's just like being in some type of a mirror house, right? You know, different type of reflections. And if we are in an eye of someone or something, there's a few layers to the eye. There's like 3 layers.
So, are you saying the whole moon? Obviously, if we lived in God's eye, it would have to be the whole entire map, not just our little realm. It's an eyeball. It's the whole moon, right? Would be the eyeball.
Okay. Exactly.
Make sure that.
Yeah. But it's cause sorry, let me put this out there real quick. It's either 2 things, right? It's either the eye itself or like the brain, the head, the upper room. But the reason why I say the upper room, because it covers everything, the eyes and the head.
That's where the flowers. That's where the flowers bloom. Yeah, we are on the upper room. They call it heaven.
Yeah, it's wild. But I mean, is it really heaven if something's laid down?
You say laid down?
Yeah. Just imagine if we're on something that's been conquered. No matter if we are in this realm, what they call heaven or whatever, depends whatever you want to call it. It's been conquered, right? So if something's been conquered, it's just automatically going to be hell, I suppose.
Yeah, but not hell, Hell, like they want us to know or to believe, but hell as HELD.
Okay, held.
So we like captive or prisoners of war, but in reality, uh, it's not that at all. It's just imagine there was a God like they tell us it is, right? And we had to go to heaven like they say it is, right? That would be an experience, right or wrong, right?
It'd be a crazy experience.
Right, and well, that's what's going on, for with the devil and his children. They are having an experience, in heaven that they may get a
Well,
chance, to create heaven on earth.
which children? The children of El or the children of An?
It had to be L, I would say it's L.
See, but it's crazy because I mean, when they talk about the creation story, and I hear them talk about Earth being made from the remains of dragons or whatever. I'm pretty sure a few of you heard those stories that I played them on my channel and in my documentary. But I've always heard them say something like, what is it called again? People came from the Caucasus Mountains, and then some people was made from the dirt. It's like,
Yeah, wasn't that Yaqub? Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to add that in. Didn't Yaqub say that? The white man's from the Caucasus Mountain? Anyway.
I think it may have been Yaqub. I think that might be his theory.
Yeah, he's and that's crazy too. That's something interesting because history, right, and both religion tell that creation tell creation in like two separate ways. Adam and Eve and the creation that was before that, and then in history, right, we had the so-called melanated people, and then you had Yaqub that went on and created a whole nother species again. So it's like both history and religion they're matching up. There is two different creations that kind of some meet in the middle.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, because the reason why I even brought that up, right, because when I was looking on the moon, they've even got a Caucasus crater. You see what I'm saying? Wow.
Well, I kind of agree because I feel like this is the reason why if we went to the moon, right, so-called went to the moon, we will be able to map the whole moon, right? But yet we don't even have a clear picture or regular picture of the moon, right? It's because so-called Earth is the moon.
Yeah.
It is what we're looking at up. We think is the moon is really not the moon. We are on the moon. So everything they kind of like how we talk about micro and macro, and as above so below. So everything we're looking up is really right here. But Earth itself, you know what I'm saying, we never been to Earth because we will have to be a fallen angel in order to get to Earth. We'll have to fall down.
Or maybe we just missed if the stories are, for what I'm going by for the stories, maybe we missed Earth and went straight into hell, like we're falling through a hole.
Well,
I'm going with that. Like they told us we're in heaven, we're in Earth, but the scriptures and from what I've been diving into, the world of darkness. And when they show the tree of life, the same tree that Chuck has up in his thing, they're calling that the world of darkness. With the how would you call it, the dome over it and everything. Apparently, this is the world of darkness. When they showed the description, it's got the description of Chuck's thing in the corner that he normally has, the tree of life with the dome over it.
Huh. That makes sense. This is the world of darkness, and the sun. You know, I'm starting to think, because what's his name? I always forget his name. Divergent talks about him. Five the Cosmos. He said the pole shifts and it thaws out different parts of the map, that he mapped out the moon. So I'm thinking the sun could have been created artificially to thaw out. I mean, considering it is an electric universe and we can create electricity, so who's to say that the stars and the sun wasn't created, you know, by us? I mean, we create light bulbs, lamps, street lights. Why couldn't we? They even built a sun simulator, which probably used
China did that
underground for their farms they have underground.
You know, I had a crazy idea, right? Maybe, because you know what's wild? Lamp posts and light bulbs and everything, right? Keeping in mind, everything, well, not everything, but most of the things with technology, right, it's almost based off the human body. Right? Cameras, microphones, all of these things, ears, eyes, and all these things, right? So I'm saying the lamp and the light and these things could have been based off the pineal gland. You know, when they show you in these cartoons and people have an idea, the light bulb comes up above their head. You know, like that's like a light in their head going off, like the pineal gland. And they do say it's its own light.
Make a lot of sense. But I'm also going with what Charles said. They're like the sun, you know, is being created by L, right? Which is electricity, right? So in order to kind of block the Saturn, because you know when we're looking at if we're really diving into history, we, you know, or in a lot of esoteric knowledge, we find out that Saturn, you know, was the first sun, right? And some way, somehow they tell us, you know, Saturn, you know, is not there no more, or you know, kind of moved. But I think it's like on some Futurama type of things, you know, they kind of block, you know, Saturn with the sun, because the sun is a magnifying or amplify, you know, version of Saturn, you know. So this is why we go through ages or stages, you know. But
No, but this, sorry to cut you. I think this is the trick though. I think Saturn is just us. We're all of those things. We're Jupiter, we're Saturn, we're the moon. It's just different equators, different distances. Like when they told us the hex, that's really us. When they show us the circle, it's really us. When they show us the triangle, it's really us. When they show us Jupiter, it's really us. When they show us Saturn, it's really us.
right, that's exactly what I'm saying. But you know, that's basically what creating or forming the shape of the moon, right? That's is all these things you just mentioned.
Yeah.
But all these things is buried in history and esoteric knowledge. You know, this is why also we are buried or being put at the bottom of the pyramid. Because of what you said. You know, it is us.
Us.
Yeah, I agree.
Yay, we're spinning.
But you know what's crazy? I mean, 'cause look, I don't think we're spinning. I don't feel motion, right? But then there's someone that, you know, I kind of like look up to their work and stuff, right? And that's God give Lemse. He reckons the moon's is moving. He's tracking the movement. He said it's wobbling. So if we're saying we're on the moon, are we wobbling and not experiencing it? Are we that really minute? Are we really that small that we can't even feel it? But I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we're spinning. I think the sun is spinning though, because we've seen that. We know we can
Yeah.
track the sun. So I think they're trying to give us, because the first
No, not spinning, wobbling, moving, but not spinning. Apparently,
Bro,
orbiting,
it's an oblique spheroid.
so called.
yeah, it's wild. But yeah, there was a few gems in part 10. So whoever didn't see that, man, better catch up before part 11 drops.
Yeah, I'm catching up.
Yeah, I'm about to check out part 10 myself.
Look at this picture I found.
I've got a few of these ones, but in India,
Yeah.
this looks like China. Let me take this one, snapshot this 1 second. Do you mind if I snap this?
Oh, go ahead. I could send it to you, but if it comes out good, snapping it, go ahead. Sometimes when I take screenshots, it's a little blurry, but because I see evidence of these dragons. Now I don't know if the dragon's representing an actual dragon or if it's representing energy. Because I know they use serpents to represent the movement of frequency or sound, light.
Yeah, no, I tell you right now, because look, every culture has got the same depiction. See, like you're showing now with the dragon with his mouth open, attacking someone or something, right? There's a reason why they did that. And through my research, I've come to find out that someone or something's getting swallowed on the globe. It's in plain sight. Plain sight. That's what I'm gonna say.
Could it? I mean, they could have been in the year of the dragon too.
Yeah, I think it's both. I think it's both energy in a dragon, the actual dragon, which what they give us as the serpent or the devil or Satan. Is is all that because it's energy. That's why it take all different shape or it's shape shifting into all these different bodies.
You ever heard London about when NASA does their countdown? They say in T minus 10, 9, 8. Well, if you take the word NASA and you add a T to it, it'll spell Satan. But
Yeah, if you rearrange
that's
it.
probably why they say T minus. Someone brought that up. I forgot what channel it was, but I think it was Feed Your Mind.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think NASA in plain sight is just like I said, it's the body we're dealing with, right? I think NASA is really just nasal. The nose is like a rocket, and then you put the L in that L. You got your L there, L to God, or nasal for NASA. NASA, you understand? That's what I think it is. It's dealing with the body.
I can see that too. I can see both of them, how both of them relate, because I have a dual perspective or a simulation perspective on reality. So I could see both, how both of them relate to each other. It's like the Ouroboros. You know how they show you. We have two versions. We have one version that is the same snake that's biting his own tail. Then we have the other version, which is two snakes. So I could see both perspective, how they're related to each other.
Because look, even you got to remember, right? In the work that I presented, I showed you guys how the eye is the globe, right? And then the skull is the orbit, right? So you kind of put the puzzle together there, right? If they're showing you orbit is the skull, the nose is attached to the skull, it's kind of like they're showing you in plain sight, nasal, NASA, it's shaped like a rocket, the eye is the globe and all that stuff, the skull, the orbit.
Yeah, that's what they call the orbit. That's part of the eye socket, I think, right? Where the eye sits in, it's called the orbit, or is that the bone?
The bone structure that covers it, that surrounds it, is the orbit.
It's called, okay.
Yeah. And you got the T in it. You got the T also in it too. And when you take the 2L, if you take 2L, capital L's, and you put them together, you also get the T.
They call it the orbit because the eyeball sits inside there and allows it to orbit or move.
Yeah, I covered it. It's in my documentary. I think that's in part 8 or 9, one of them. 9 maybe. Can't remember now, but yeah, we covered that.
Yeah, they call the third eye. The third eye is also called God's throne.
Okay.
It's called, I think, yeah, the Eye of Ra, the Eye of Horus. But yeah, I call it God's throne because, the third eye to me is like my higher self sitting on the throne up above or in my head, it's like it's like a higher self GPS or something that sends messages to me.
See, me personally, I think it's the third eye is Ma'at, is Ma'at itself, which is what balancing, the earth and the moon,
Did you say Ma'at? Did you say?
Yeah, Ma'at or Shu, Shu, the god Shu between Nut and Geb.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the third eye represents to me.
Okay. Interesting.
All right.
Oh, the scale also. It also represents the scale.
There's a lot of things out there hidden in plain sight, but it's starting to reveal itself.
For sure. We are in the age of revelation.
I tell you,
go ahead.
Like I said, I tell you another thing, right? That even when the ancestors left all the descriptions of our realm, right, when it's got the dome on top of the tortoise with the elephants and the snake going around it and all of that stuff and the birds, right? They made those for a reason, not just to say, oh, this is just fancy stuff. They're showing you this is our home, this is what we live amongst. We live
For
on
sure.
tortoise, snake, Ouroboros going around us, you know, the iron, the avian flute, the hydra in the eye, the serpent in the eye after you die. They're showing you all of these things, they're cult symbols, you understand?
For sure.
And I've come across, like, even when they show you the turtle, right, they say we live on the back of a turtle. I found a turtle, right, on a macro level. I found the bird on a macro level. I found the snake that apparently goes around us on the macro level. But I'm yet to find, well, I think I found one of the elephants, but it's not 100%. But there's more things out there. But when they left those depictions, they left it for a reason. Micro to macro.
For sure. And it's crazy because I heard something when you said that, when you was talking about the description. You know, it's like I heard the scripture.
Yeah, buddy.
Like the hieroglyph, you know. Modern term, you know, is just, they call it scripture. It's just in a writing form instead of describing form.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's wild. Like I said, these pictures mean a lot to me now when I look at them. And I look at them different.
For sure.
Yeah, I got some pictures I got to send you too, London, that I think could line up with that ISIS and Osiris with the land.
Okay. Yeah, I got some more shit coming, man. Trust me, it's gonna make you look be like, okay, I see where you're going with it now, London. Okay, because it's all to do with the body.
And
it's all to do with the body.
No one, you know, as far as I know, no one's taking it to the level you are, and it does definitely get your mind thinking. Especially with the continent being a bird. Like they said it was a turtle. But ever since that picture you showed with the bird, I don't look at it as a turtle.
No, there is a turtle. There is a turtle involved. I found the turtle.
I got a picture of the turtle being all the land. The whole place is Turtle Island. But now I know why they use the eagle or a bird on the American flag.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah. There was maps in, I think, the 1800s calling it eagle something. It was even America.
You know, you just opened my eyes, London, man. You just opened my eyes when you said, you know, it's all related to the body. You just opened my eyes, like, you know, because looking at it from the third eye perspective, you know, like I was saying, how I related to Shu and Ma'at, you know, when you're looking at the cosmology of the Egyptian, when you're looking at Nut and Geb, Shu is exactly the body. So it opened my eye on why we said that we are not the body, you know, we're not really the body, you know, so we attributed ourselves to something else that's kind of hard to understand. You know what I'm saying? To the norms, basically. But we know what we're talking about, you know, when we say we're not the body. I don't know if you get me.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that.
That just opened my eyes right there. Everything definitely related to the body. You know, some of us can't really see it because we think with the body. You know, because we think with the body, we're so attached to the body, we can't really see how everything is the body. But like bring it back to the ego, you know, if we could orbit it, you know, over the body, or what they call, you know, astral projected, you know, or out of body experience, then we can see, you know what I'm saying, how we in the body.
Well, I say we are the center of our own universe. As above, so below, from micro to macro. You are the true center of your world, your universe. My bad, I got to take you out when you to the store. Instead of ending the live.
Hey,
But,
I'm gonna wrap it up anyway. I'm gonna jump off anyway.
Yeah, for
all
sure.
right.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming through, London, man. That was dope for you to stop by. But
Yeah, no doubt. I was busy. I was live, or still am live actually. I'm streaming from my place. But yeah, I thought let me jump over real quick before you know, you wrap it up or anything. Because I was over here having a rap battle. I was over here having a rap battle. Yeah, a bit of karaoke night with my people. And then I saw your message. So I thought, all right, let me see what's up.
yeah, I'll say I got to catch up on a couple of them. But other than that, keep bringing it, man. You're doing good.
Respect to that. Message received. And yeah, man, till next time, man. Big up, man. Keep winning. Naga, it was a pleasure. Good building.
Salute, bro. Appreciate you. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? That was definitely an eye opener for me. So I got some more expanding to do for sure.
Definite. Message received. Message received.
For sure.
All right. Peace out.
Peace.
Me too, man. London. Charles, appreciate you too for sure. You know what I'm saying? With the platform, you know what I'm saying? Always welcome me in there. Appreciate you for sure.
Yeah. I appreciate you too, man, coming up and building. I got a lot of catching up to do with London stuff. Well, not a lot. It's like probably 2 out of the 10 he put out. I just got to watch 2 more.
All right. Until next time, I'm going to catch up with you on the next one.
All right, Naga. Peace. Shit, I might as well jump off. Peace to Small Town Girl, Kimba, Alchemos 83, Dominic, London Man, Naga, Dominic Ron. Make sure I got everyone. Without tripping. Yeah, on the 1st of February, the moon was half, 50%. I got a picture of it first. Hold on, before I jump off. Because, you know, I was thinking if it's the 1st of the month, me and Dean were talking about this. The Gregorian calendar screwed everything up. Because the 1st of the month should be a new moon. And I forgot whose video I was watching. I think it was someone that comes to this channel. This was in their video. They had caught this with their camera. I think it was a P900. It kind of looks like something's cloaked, right? Like something's or it also looks like a family crest or a shield, but it definitely looks like something's cloaked because you got the vector, which would be the front part with flying, I guess, or the back. But that's what that looks like. Shit. This is the moon right here. From the other day, the first. Fucking freezing out here. 50%. And then there's this guy right here. I was gonna record him and ask him, when you're surveying the level, do you put in 8 inches per mile square for the curvature? Bet you they don't. Bet you they don't. Unless there's like a hill. But even then, you're just looking to level it out. And then at that point, below your level point is like above and below sea level, I guess. But anyway, I gotta find, I forgot the name of this lady's channel. But I want to know what people think about this. I zoomed in on it, it's a little blurry, but I think there's definitely some cloaking text. So peace to the gods, peace to the earth, peace to the kings and queens, peace to the peasants, peace to the trolls, peace to the pieces of shit. Peace to the people that shine, and peace to the people that whine. I'm out of here.